seems like such a modern figure. And the one thing I kept hearing from people as they were talking about the movie out here is it seems so modern. And first of all, you can think of any number of films and filmmakers who wouldn't exist without Poe.
Yeah, I mean, this range and the scope of his influence is just kind of hard to imagine, you know, from the detective genre to basically, you know, gothic horror to even just as a first-person narrator that puts himself into his own stories, the metaphysics of Poe. I mean, you can keep going down the list. I don't think, you know, to all my research, I don't think he said a single good thing about any other living writer.
That's true.
He said that he couldn't, when thinking of a higher power, he could never conceive of a being superior to himself. I thought that's a fantastic thing to write, you know, back when, you know, not a blog, I mean, yeah, it has to be printed out. Whatever opinions Poe has about his work or the dialogue, the texture, the idiom that comes out of his mouth, we had to make sure that it was up to his level. So we worked with the writer and, you know, with Mark Lehner and the other writers just to kind of mine all of his letters and his stories so that we used as much of Poe's language as we could in this fantasy story.
How much Poe had you read before you started to do the work for the poem?
I read a lot in high school and, you know, as a kid, obviously, but then I think later on the icons get two-dimensional until you kind of read them again as an adult because it just becomes kind of like a postage stamp. Or he's the Halloween guy with the funny mustache. Yeah, he's real sad, you know. But then you have to actually, you read about his life and stuff, and you go, oh, okay, and you really start to experience his writing again. I think Poe is sort of like he's an ultimate shadow archetype of the unconscious. All the things that you don't want to admit that you have and feel in yourself, you know, he sort of embodies those. Now he's become that sort of archetype.
Because in the reading of this, you almost kind of wonder. And just hearing you talk about it, well, why hasn't somebody made a movie about Poe's life before?
I know, I thought I was like, I can't believe I get to do it.